Hmm. Huh. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm recording. Um, Interesting couple articles. Actually, they're the same like extensions. They're different articles, but it's the same. It's called Very Well Health. I'll post a link to these uh, after I'm done videoing, making this video. Anyway, um, what this video is going to be about is the fact that they've come up. There's actually a category now in the DSM-5 that differentiates whether or not you are autistic or you have a or have only a social communication disorder. Um, so it's interesting. You know, I mean, I don't know how many of you out there have just been recently diagnosed or you're looking to be diagnosed or whatever, but it's confusing. I personally, and I said this, and I'm actually scrapping about this, is like the fourth video I've tried to do to make this. Um, I have somewhat lacked an identity, and as I've been doing these videos and sort of talking about it more, I think what I'm coming to the conclusion is that when you feel so alienated and in a sense rejected by society, it can also include your family. It's not rejected, maybe too strong of a word. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not like somebody said, "Get out of here," you know. It's probably happened to some people out there. But you just, when you feel like you don't fit in, and I mean, you try, you don't know what's going on. And anyway, so there is that feeling, at least that I've had and had all my life, of not belonging, not belonging to a group, I guess, socially. But it also makes you feel empty as just a person, which I think for the longest time I thought it was more of an identity thing, a low self-esteem thing. I don't know that those can be really differentiated until you start looking at something more specific like an autism diagnosis. But anyway, what I came across is a category or a diagnosis of social communication disorder, which is separate without, okay, you can be autistic and have a social communication disorder, but you can have a social communication disorder and not be autistic. And what I wanted to talk about was what differentiates that. And long story short, like I say, I will post these articles, but basically when they did away, this is at least what the article was saying, when they took the categories of diagnosis of Asperger's and pervasive developmental disorder or delay, uh, not otherwise specified, away from the DSM-4 and created the all-inclusive category of Autism Spectrum Disorder in DSM-5, they also came up with a diagnostic category called social communication disorder. And the article here, I'm just quoting from it, says this disorder includes some but not all the symptoms of autism spectrum disorder, making it a sort of light or mild version of autism. Which is interesting choice of words because I was under the impression, just reading this now, maybe I'm changing my mind, but I was under the impression that basically if you're SCD only, social communication disorder only, that you're not really considered on the spectrum. Maybe I'll have to read that article, I guess, closer here. Which for identity's sake, which might be a relief for some. Some people may see autism as extremely negative, and like, oh my God, I'm autistic? What does that mean? I find it, I don't care what you call me. I am more concerned about having an identity with a group of people that means something to me. I think feeling that social isolation for so long, that now that I can say, yes, I am this, and these people are this, and when I talk with these people, I can relate to this shared experience that we're calling autism, or we're calling autism spectrum disorder, or Asperger's, or I guess no one, you don't hear PDD-NOS talked about a lot. But anyway, so I have gone through what differentiates them. This is from the DSM-5. It says the two disorders can be differentiated by the presence in autism spectrum disorder of restricted repetitive patterns of behavior, interests, or activities. So if you STEM, if you have echolalia, echologia, or any kind of perseveration, physical perseverations, which I guess would be STEMs, you can put that. That's when you now are under the DSM-5, ASD, and the three different levels of support, which I didn't go into, but that's what the DSM-5 did. It says, okay, you're all under the umbrella of the spectrum of autism disorder, but you're going to be at level 1, 2, or 3, and those 3 levels, I'll just go over real quick. 1 is requiring support. Without the support in place, there's deficits in social communication cause. I need to just read it instead of summarizing it. Without support in place, deficits in social communication cause noticeable impairments. That's support, I think, too, is kind of misleading, because you can be your own therapist or counselor or supporter. You can do some research, and although I might completely reverse myself here on that, because one of the things I'm finding out is that when you're not able to see something, I mean, you're not just automatically able to see it now that you're diagnosed. So I'm starting to find out there are things that I didn't know I'm still having problems with. Definitely in picking up cues. Gosh, I'm going through this with my boss at work, and I have to really process, okay, does she mean something more than what she's saying? Because she's one of those people that will say, well, if it's something budget related, she'll say, well, maybe now is not a good time, instead of saying, look, we don't have the money, or saying, well, can we put that off until, and I'm thinking, no, we need it now. When she's not even asking a question, can we? It's like, and she's probably getting all PO'd because I'm insistent. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not taking that as conflict. So anyway, this is all the process of, after if you're an adult, you find you're on the spectrum. I think coming to the realization that if you could have fixed yourself, you would have done it by now. And maybe that's the cold hard reality that I haven't totally faced yet. But I do know that I am ASD level 1, and not just having a social communication disorder, because of the fact that I do have restricted repetitive patterns of behavior, interests, or activities. So this alone probably solidifies in me, when someone says, are you autistic, that I can say yes. By that definition of what the DSM says, yes, I am autistic. So anyway, I got the screen off, so I don't know how long I am. into this. Okay, 10 minutes in, good. It's not too terribly long, but I'll put the articles down in here, and if you have any comments, please leave them, and if not, enjoy the articles. Thanks.